Before Adam walked the earth, before the creation of mankind, were there other beings? Who were the mysterious sons of God mentioned in the Bible? Could there have been a creation before humanity, one that was lost to time in divine judgment? For centuries, scholars and theologians have debated this hidden mystery. The Bible gives us glimpses, whispers of a creation long forgotten. In Job 38, 4-7, God asked Job, "Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth, when the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy?" Who were these sons of God that existed before Adam? Were they angelic, divine rulers, or something else entirely? And if they existed, what happened to them? This is a mystery hidden within the pages of the Bible, one that many have overlooked. But today we will uncover the truth, using scripture and historical insight to reveal a creation story that predates mankind itself. Welcome to Enigma Files channel. If you love deep biblical mysteries, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Hit the notification bell so you never miss any video. Now, let's begin. In the very beginning, before the first human took a breath, before even the foundation of the world as we know it, something extraordinary happened. Genesis 1:1-2 begins with these powerful words, "In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." But what does this mean? Was this the very first act of creation, or was something already here before this moment? Some believe that Genesis 1:1-2 hints at a great catastrophe, a divine event that wiped out a previous world. To uncover this hidden mystery, we turn to the book of Job, where God himself asks a profound question. Job 38, 4-7, "Where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? Tell me if you have understanding, when the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy." This passage reveals something extraordinary. Before the world was formed, there were already beings present, the morning stars and sons of God, who witnessed creation and celebrated it. But who were they? Many scholars believe that the sons of God were not human but powerful celestial beings, angels, divine watchers, or even rulers of an ancient creation before Adam. If these beings existed before mankind, what was their purpose, and why does the Bible hint at a forgotten world, lost between the lines of Scripture? Could it be that these sons of God played a role in a cosmic conflict, one that led to the destruction of their world and the reshaping of the earth we know today? To uncover this mystery, we must journey deeper into the lost history of creation. The Bible reveals a divine assembly, a council of powerful beings who stood in the presence of God, ruling alongside him in the heavenly realms. But who were they, and what role did they play in the order of creation? Psalm 82:1 says, "God stands in the divine assembly, he judges among the gods." This passage describes something incredible, a council of gods over whom the Almighty himself presides. But these are not false idols or pagan deities, no. These are the sons of God, divine beings entrusted with governing creation. Job 1:6, and throughout Scripture, the phrase sons of God is used to describe powerful celestial rulers, beings of authority, wisdom, and dominion. In the book of Job, we see them gathered for God, presenting themselves in the divine court, with even Satan standing among them. Ancient Hebrew thought speaks of a heavenly council, a divine government through which God administers his will over creation. This idea is not just a myth or metaphor, but a reality hidden in the Scriptures. In Daniel 7:9-10, Daniel describes the throne of God with thousands upon thousands ministering to him, and 10,000 times 10,000 standing before him. This is a picture of divine authority, a structured order beyond human comprehension. But if these sons of God were given dominion, what happened? Did they remain loyal to their Creator, or did some rebel? What if the fall of some of these divine rulers led to the chaos, destruction, and reshaping of the world before Adam? To understand this, we must look deeper into the greatest rebellion in the history of creation, the fall of Lucifer and his kingdom. Genesis begins with a powerful declaration. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But in the very next verse, we see something puzzling. Genesis 1:02 says, And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. But why, if God created the heavens and the earth, does the Bible describe the earth as a wasteland covered in darkness? Could it be that something catastrophic happened between these two verses? Ancient Hebrew texts highlight the word tohu wabohu, meaning formless and void. Some biblical scholars believe in what is called the gap theory, the idea that a vast period of time exists between Genesis 1:01 and Genesis 1:02. This theory suggests that an entire world may have existed before Adam, a world that was destroyed. Could it be that the sons of God, these divine rulers, once governed a pre-Adamic world, only to see it fall into ruin? In Jeremiah 4:23-26, the prophet Jeremiah had a vision, one that many believe describes this lost world. He writes, "I beheld the earth, and lo, it was without form and void, and the heavens, and they had no light. I beheld, and lo, there was no man, and all the birds of the heavens were fled. I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was a wilderness, and all the cities thereof were broken down at the presence of the Lord, and by his fierce anger." Notice the details. Jeremiah sees an earth that is without form and void, the same phrase used in Genesis. But here he speaks of cities that were already in ruin before any human is mentioned. Who built these cities? What happened to them? Some believe this passage describes the aftermath of a divine judgment, the destruction of a pre-Adamic civilization, perhaps ruled by the sons of God. If so, what could have caused such devastation? To answer that question, we must look at the most infamous fall in history, the rebellion of Lucifer and the war that followed. Before the world was shaped for humanity, before Adam walked the earth, there was a rebellion, a war in the heavens, and at the center of it all stood one of the most powerful beings ever created, Lucifer. Isaiah 14:12-15 says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." Lucifer, the most radiant of all the angels, was not content with his place in the divine order. He was beautiful, wise, and powerful, but he wanted more. In Ezekiel 28:12-17, God says of Lucifer, "Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee." Many believe that Lucifer was not just a high-ranking angel, but a ruler. Some theories suggest he governed over a pre-Adamic world, possibly a celestial kingdom where the sons of God, the divine council, had dominion over creation, but his pride became his downfall. He convinced a portion of these mighty beings to follow him, and in doing so he ignited a war that would shake the very foundations of heaven and earth. Some of the sons of God chose to stand with Lucifer, believing his lies, turning against their creator. In that moment, judgment was set. War erupted in the heavens. God cast Lucifer out of his holy mountain, and with him fell the rebellious angels. Their kingdom was destroyed, their rule shattered, and the earth, once their dominion, was left in chaos and ruin, without form and void. Could this be the reason for the desolation we see in Genesis 1:02? Did the fall of Lucifer leave the earth in darkness, awaiting its restoration? But God was not finished. A new plan was about to unfold. A new creation would rise from the ashes of the old. The rebellion of Lucifer was not the end, it was only the beginning. Even after their fall, some of these celestial beings, the sons of God, continued to interfere with creation, and their actions would give rise to one of the greatest mysteries in the Bible, the Nephilim. In Genesis 6:01, verse 4, it says, "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose." Who were these sons of God, and why did they take human wives? Many scholars believe these sons of God were the same divine beings we encountered earlier, the rebellious angels who followed Lucifer. But now, instead of ruling from the heavens, they sought dominion on earth by mingling with humanity. Genesis 6:04 says, "There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown." These offspring were called the Nephilim, giants, warriors, legends. They were powerful, dominating the ancient world, and their existence is shrouded in mystery. Could it be that the Nephilim were the remnants of a pre-Adamic civilization? Were these beings attempting to restore the rule they once had before their fall? The corruption of mankind grew, the earth was filled with violence, and God could not allow it to continue, so judgment was coming. A great flood would soon wipe away the corruption of the Nephilim. But the story does not end there. The echoes of the sons of God would continue to shape human history. Even after the flood, the story of the sons of God and the Nephilim did not end. Their influence lingered, their presence whispered in the ancient texts, and according to Jesus himself, they may return. In Matthew 24:37, Jesus says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." What exactly happened in the days of Noah, a time of great wickedness, the presence of fallen beings, and the creation of a hybrid race, the Nephilim? Could Jesus be warning us that history will repeat itself? In Daniel 2:43, it says, "And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay." Who are they? Some scholars believe this could refer to a future return of the fallen ones, a re-emergence of a hybrid race in the end times. Are we seeing the signs already? Could the pre-Adamic beings, those sons of God who once walked among men, be preparing to return? The Bible warns us that deception will cover the earth in the last days, that supernatural forces will once again intervene in human affairs. The question is, will we be ready? What do you think? Could the ancient rebellion be returning in our time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We have uncovered ancient mysteries, secrets hidden within the pages of Scripture, from the sons of God who rejoiced at creation to the rebellion of Lucifer, to the Nephilim and the possibility of their return in the end times. But one question remains. If God created a world before Adam, what else remains hidden in the Scripture? The Bible is filled with mysteries waiting to be discovered. What other secrets could be lying in plain sight? Could the pre-Adamic world explain gaps in history? Could the sons of God still be at work today? And what does this all mean for the future? Now it's your turn. What do you think? Could there have been a creation before Adam? Are these sons of God preparing to return? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's uncover the truth together. If you enjoy this journey into biblical mysteries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. There is so much more to explore, and we'll be diving even deeper into the hidden secrets of the Bible. Until next time, stay watchful, stay curious, and may God's truth be revealed to those who seek it.